Nobody said it was going to be easy, and this is that time. It's not going to be easy, and that's why we have stepped forward to assist your planet. Many people will be channeling through us at this moment. You'll be receiving information. It's not easy on your planet right now. We understand, and that's why we were informed that we must step forward. That's why you've had the Starseeds, the children, to step forward to assist the planet as it changes. This will not get any easier for a while. It was never guaranteed this year will be easier. There will still be some conflict, but it will take that pushing, that boil, that bursting, or that coming together, that you have these blind boils that are on the face that are very sore and sensitive before they erupt. They create pain and discomfort. This is what you're going through on your planet right now. There is this discomfort. This is this, like the volcano about to erupt, but it's not quite yet. It needs to have more of the energy behind it. Now, the healers, the light workers, the individuals who already have awoken, many of them have been feeling under pressure, run down, a little bit out of sorts, and that's because you are stepping forth before others. You are going on this roller coaster ride, and you have been sent forth to have these all happen to you first. So for those, the light workers who have stepped forward at this moment to assist your planet, those who have already been on their spiritual soul journey, their pathway for many years, are the ones that are the soldiers to some degree that will be stepping forward to help lead others on your planet. So at the moment, there are many of those light workers that are having second thoughts maybe, or still in fear, or are uncertain or unsure. Again, this is having the faith and trust in the process. It is to keep coming back to oneself, to be aware of how you feel in yourself and to work through releasing the old wounds. It is your service to yourself and to the rest of humanity to work on yourself as an individual first. We know about the global planet that you have and everything that's occurring, and to be vaccinated and not to be vaccinated. We're aware of this fully, but there is more that needs to come to the head. You are not quite there yet. As we move forward and we go forward, January, February, March, April, there will be more eruption to some degree, and it starts to begin to make great changes. Great government changes will occur, but it needs to have highlighted on your planet this disruption. So we suggest those who will step forward with the light, with the information, that you must heal yourself first. Anne, being taken out for those weeks, felt very frustrated, and she needed the time so that she could then heal those wounds that needed to be brought to the surface. Her body, her physical self, needed time. She did not hear us before, and this will happen to many light workers. Some light workers will feel that they are not quite ready yet to step back into that arena to guide others, to show them as they're waning themselves, as they're unsure. But always stay connected to the light. The darkness on your planet is that of what is happening, of the fear that's going on at this moment. And there will be much more of this to come. This fear is the pus. It needs to be released, needs to be let go, needs to come out, needs to heal. To create any changes, you must have some disruption first. It must be that people feel so uncomfortable that they then step forward for their voices to be heard. If we think of those who've been in those relationships with narcissists, who've been told what they should think, on how they should feel, this is very much about like the global effect that you're having on your planet. To step up and to step out is very much that you'll be told no, you'll be ridiculed, you'll be told that you don't know what you're doing and how crazy and how mad you are, and that this is not the truth. This is the battle. This is this uprising, and many will step forth. There will be many those who work in governmental or large organizations or bodies that have been instructed to think as a whole. It will be the individuals that are human to step up. There will be the police people that are policing this, that they are human too, and it is affecting them. And then they will find it difficult to say that they agree with the rules and regulations when within their heart they do not. It needs to break down more. This is that period of time. It will happen, but the light that comes through needs time to manifest itself. It needs individuals to take care of themselves. This will happen, but it takes time, and you must keep coming back to your individual self to make sure that you are okay. This terminology that we hear on your planet of being selfish, this is not correct. It is to be selfless, to take care of oneself so that you then can help others when the time is right. Many light workers will feel this pressure. There will be more of this needing to go out now, the more information. Those will need to hear it. But remember, this is not just affecting the governments. This is affecting from the religious standpoint too. Your planet has been governed for many years. And to have a change, but it will be overturned, it will be overthrown. There will be this, where there's this realization, whether it's for or against makes no difference. The eyes will be woken up soon. The more people at this time that learn to work with their intuition, to their inner heart, to feel more into this, it will make more sense. It needs to be driven with emotion, not with logic. It needs to come back to the heart and the emotion. Humans will begin to change. Humans will no longer just think with the logic. They will understand that there is many sides to this. But this is a process. This is that learning curve. And we know through learning curves, whether you are a toddler that falls over constantly before you learn to walk, or the teenager that steps into the adult self, this is this time, this is this unrest. But individually, we ask you all to be patient and to allow it to unfold. But it's about your individual energy to caretake your soul, to help in the process, however that might be. It may be that what you once thought was the same as your family, and then you find yourself thinking totally different. It may be that your friends that you once had, that you thought that you totally agreed with everything they had to say. And then as you step out and start feeling into your own heart, you may come across those that no longer are your friends just because you do not resonate on the same frequency level. You do not agree with them to some degree. And this is fine. And this is what is happening on your planet right now. We feel this. There is many changes with friendships. Your environment is very important for each and every one of you. That's feeding information into your cells. It may be many of you decide to move or to remove, to reposition yourself to where you feel comfortable. It may be the jobs that you have decided to do once you were growing up and you're in that job. You may decide to make changes now. That job no longer feels right for you. Many of you will then want to start making changes. There will be more of the community feel as they will break down this large society. It will be more tribal as we move forward. But yes, there's always to remember there is light there and to keep holding on to it. The more that we tune in to your guides and meditate and listen and have the conversation with your own particular guides, you all have them, you'll understand the journey. It's when you do not work with guides or tune in to the divine or connect or cannot hear or feel the information, that can make individuals feel lost. It's about you finding the way that you tune into the divine, the collective as the one of the universe. That will give you the strength that you'll need. We're not saying it gets easier this year. We are saying there is more disruption this year. As you move forward, 2025, it becomes, you get over the peak and you start seeing how life begins to change. When we say this, the humans then fear that there is so many more years to come. It just means there is change, that's all. It's not there to make you fearful, it is just change. How do you know if you're a starseed? How do you know which planet or galaxy or where you connect to or what star or whatever? Okay, interesting subject. And I've asked many questions about this myself. I remember growing up and never feeling connected to my family, feeling very odd, feeling very strange, thinking, I don't feel that I'm like my mum or my dad. You know, what's going on? I felt like I was like a cook, like I've been put in a cuckoo, you know, cuckoo puts their offspring in different nests and stuff like that. And I was like, I must have been adopted. This doesn't feel right. I have nothing in common with my family at all. I enjoyed reading books. Members of my family didn't like reading books. I was called a bookworm. I loved it. And I felt really at home in libraries. And I felt that I need to absorb all the information. I felt I had a thirst to learning new information. I just wanted to keep expanding my brain. And it was strange because being dyslexic at school, I was suffering the sense that, you know, being bullied by kids, but I was like, but I want to learn this information, but learn it in a different way. And I remember I had a first thinking, I wanted to know about the Egyptian period. And I remember going to the library. It was a very old wooden library. I remember the wooden floor, it was very stuffy. And they had a children's section, children's room, and they had the adult section. And I remember going to the children's section, I read through every single book. And it was mainly like pictures they had, and it was like, it was really designed for children, but it was like, I knew already the information, but I couldn't work out how I'd known the information, how it sat with me. And I know later on in my past life, when I did that, when I went through, I understand why, because I was connected to that period of time. And I remember saying to the librarian, I just want to go to the adult section. And luckily I befriended her and she let me go there and I could take a couple of books out, whatever. But I remember there was always a first, and I always remembered there was a bigger picture. I was always interested in globally about the world, and it was something about, I always felt that I was interested in humanity, and I always thought that there must be more. There was a first to me that there must be more. And I remember I just never connected with individual kids. I was always the odd one out. I loved to observe everybody around me. I enjoy watching human behavior because it felt so oddly removed from me, whatever. And as I went through time and you know, went down this avenue and working psychically and mediumistically and channeling and stuff, I heard the information, you know, starseeds are sent to the planet to guide the planet, to help us on our journey. And especially at this time, there are so many starseeds that have come forward. So, you know, if we, okay, thank you. They just said, okay, to some degree, you all have starseeds in you, because if you think of the universe and how it expanded and how particles, and you are one with the universe. Okay, thank you. They just said you play a rhythm. There's a rhythm in the universe. There's a frequency. There's a tune that's played out within the whole planet, the galaxy, the universe, and everything. And you are one with everything. When you are one with everything, it's like you are connected. So the interaction I have with individuals now, with their frequency and their energy, you know, the minute you go out the door, the minute you're thinking here, I have clients that I've, you know, been sitting recovering from COVID, but I've heard clients needing to contact me and then they text me. You are one. The energy stream is one. You cannot break it down. It's that energy. It can't be broken down. So they're saying, thank you. They go on, off track, whatever. But then what they're saying to me is that with the starseeds and feeling that you need to connect or you need to be part of something, that's the most important thing. So, you know, when meeting like-minded people, there's that you resonate with that individual, not that they just think like you, but there's that feeling that you've been here before, that you're here to help one another. Okay, thank you. They're going off on one now. It's really about, if you're thinking of, there's lots of information out there about starseeds, we get that right. But if you're thinking that, do I belong to one particular band? They're saying it's not about belonging to one particular band of star seeds. It's more about knowing that you've all come together at once, that your soul was requested to come on the planet at this time, a greater good, to express yourself, to be here for each individual, to hold each other's space, to hold each other's energy stream. It's really important right now. So it would be those, you know, when you say like-minded, it would be those individuals that are most likely starseeds that have stepped forward, that they're trying to make sense of the planet around it. Okay, thank you. They said there are going to be many children. There's an influx of, they're giving me the children in the 20-year age bracket that are stepped forward, are trying to make sense of who they are, what they are, why they're here right now. And that is that age bracket that us who've moved forward on our journey are to help those coming up. Okay, thank you. The starseeds have been really sent forward with information, and this okay, thank you. They're coming to the heart center. It's like a vibrational frequency within the heart that knows why you're here, that you're here for a bigger purpose. And it's not just that going to 9-to-5 job, Monday to Friday. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's not about us having that structure. It's about us wanting to expand ourselves, wanting us to help individuals and the animals and everything else around us. It's almost as if that your soul, okay, thank you, it makes sense. Your soul came with that blueprint to say, this is your role, this is your job, this is what you're going to do. Now, if you want to check in with where you came from necessarily, you check in through meditation, you check in how you're feeling, you ask the question, you have that relationship with your guides, you ask the question, where do I belong? It's like clans. Where do I belong? Where is that individual? I know, okay, thank you. For myself, I don't feel that, okay, thank you. It's a bit like, okay, they give me one of those flowers, the dandelions, when you blow the wishes, and then the wishes sprinkle everywhere. That's what our star seeds are. It's like we are meant to go out there. We are meant to be networking. We're meant to be like the weaving ourselves amongst individuals so that we can then help individuals to move forward. It's that compassion that we have. Even though we suffer the most in the sense of the trauma and the emotions, that's like to wake us up. So it's in a way that it helps us to learn through our soul personal growth. There is a bigger picture. So a lot of the star seeds will be those who have gone through trauma, those who have experienced the drama in their life, those who have had to take stock of what's happened to you as an individual, those who felt that they're the odd one out, those who feel that there's a bigger purpose for you here. That's your calling in your inner DNA, your inner cells. That's the calling in your soul. And you will know this through me just talking about this. You'll know if it resonates with you. You'll feel if that's your feeling within you. You'll be those ones that have had the past life experiences. You know that you've been here before. That is going to be there as well. So just sit in meditation. You don't have to have a particular name for yourself, but to know if you've had some of those feelings, then you are a star seed. You are part as one with the divine and the universe. You've been sent forward to assist, if that makes sense. And the Palladians, and the Arcturians, they're going to be playing a big role as we move forward. The planet needed saving to some degree. So that happening at this moment, this movement that's happening on the planet, starseeds, some of you might feel quite isolated, and this is what this is about. It's about us light workers creating groups like this so that you can come together and find that space for you, to hold that space for you, not to think that you're crazy, about feelings or thoughts that you might be having. It's to help guide you. Starseeds will have that inner passion that there is a purpose why they're here. They might need to know what it is or how to work it out, but then you find other light workers and classes and courses and you join together and you bounce off each other. But you'll know who you are, and you'll know if they're similar to you. You'll bounce off each other. You'll feel so connected. You'll go, this is my place. I feel connected now. So, that's what they're saying. It's like gathering, coming together, if that makes sense. And there'll be more of that this year, definitely.